I have spent decades observing the human struggle, watching men and women chase after success, as if it were some elusive, wild creature darting through the brush. They hunt for the trophy, they thirst for the thunderous applause of the crowd, and they lose sleep over the size of their bank accounts. But life, in its infinite and sometimes harsh wisdom, taught me a lesson very early on. A lesson that most people learn far too late. Before any achievement can endure, before a legacy can even begin to breathe, you must first establish the bedrock. You must lay down a foundation, and that foundation has a name: character. People often approach me with a frantic energy, asking, "Jim, how do I get ahead? What is the secret to winning the game of life?" And my response is always the same: do not be so consumed by the desire to reach the summit that you neglect to inspect the ground beneath your own feet. What is holding you up, the unseen structure of your soul, will always carry more weight and more significance than whatever prize you are currently reaching for. Think for a moment about an architect. Imagine him designing the most breathtaking mansion the world has ever seen. He uses the finest marble, the rarest woods, and the most advanced glass. But he decides, in his haste, to build this masterpiece on a patch of loose sand. It looks magnificent for a season. But the moment the first storm howls, the moment the earth beneath it shifts even an inch, that beautiful structure will begin to groan and crack. Eventually, it will come crashing down. That is the tragedy of success arriving before character is ready. Temporary victories are nothing more than illusions when they are built on weak foundations. In my younger years, I was under the same delusion as many of you. I believed that success was the ultimate healer, that if I could just gain a little more influence, make a little more money, and get a bit further ahead, the rest of my life would automatically fall into place. But I discovered a profound truth. Success does not create character. It merely reveals it. Success is a spotlight. It pulls back the heavy curtains of your life and says to the world, "Here is the man as he truly is." Not the man he pretends to be on social media, not the version he presents at a dinner party, but the raw, unedited reality of his spirit. And if that reality is hollow, if there are deep, unattended cracks in your moral foundation, the weight of your success will eventually cause you to crumble. I've seen people reach the heights of their industry only to experience a total collapse. Why? Because they were so busy building the penthouse that they forgot to pour the concrete in the basement. So, I must ask you today, what is the nature of the foundation you are constructing right now? I am not asking what you want to achieve. I am asking what you stand upon. The world is quick to celebrate what you accomplish. But life, the reality of existence, is only interested in testing what you are. If you want your victories to remain, if you want to look at your achievements and feel they were truly earned, you must be willing to do the heavy lifting where no one is watching. It begins with the process of becoming, not just the act of getting. This is why I am such a tireless advocate for the quiet work. I am talking about those cold, early mornings when the world is still asleep and it's just you and the silence of your own thoughts. I am talking about those late nights of reflection when you honestly assess the day's performance. Where did you lack courage? Where did you choose the easy path over the right one? Where did you actually step up and lead? In those private moments, you are mixing the concrete for your future. Character isn't forged in a furnace of public praise. It is built through the small, daily choices you make when the applause is nowhere to be found. If you bypass this stage of development, you are essentially inviting disaster to visit you the moment you finally win. You see, a temporary win can be intoxicating. Maybe you managed to deceive someone, or perhaps you cut a corner and took a shortcut that no one noticed. In the short term, it feels like a victory. But life has a persistent way of circling back. It has a way of checking your work, rattling the walls of your life, to see what is genuine and what is a facade. If you haven't built with integrity, you will find yourself wishing you had when the ground starts to shake. Before you pursue the next big opportunity, ask yourself, what am I building underneath? What will sustain me when the inevitable storms arrive? Build your character first, so that when success finally makes entrance, it has something solid to stand on. Real character is a silent construction project. It isn't born under the bright lights of the stage. It's built in the shadows of the unnoticed moments. It's found in the silent promises you keep to yourself, the ones no one else will ever know about. Every day, life presents you with dozens of micro decisions. Will you actually show up at the time you promised? Will you see a task through to its conclusion, even if no one is keeping score? Will your yes be a true yes and your no a definitive no? That is the discipline of the small right. You will know you are truly growing when you start making decisions based on your own internal compass rather than external observation. When you realize that you are the most important witness to your own life, you begin to develop a profound sense of self-respect. That is where real confidence is born. Not the loud, hollow bravado we see so often today, but the quiet, unshakable knowledge that you did the right thing, even when it cost you something. I remember seasons in my own journey when the temptation to take a shortcut was nearly overwhelming. It would have been easier. It might have given me a momentary advantage, but every time you compromise, you lose a piece of yourself. Every broken promise, especially those made to the person in the mirror, chips away at the integrity of your foundation. Conversely, every time you keep your word, every time you give your absolute best effort, every time you choose restraint over a reckless outburst, you are pouring more strength into your soul. You are building a reservoir of power that will be there for you when the stakes are finally at their highest. Think back to the last small test you faced. Perhaps it was a cashier giving you too much change, or the opportunity to admit a mistake that no one had discovered yet. There were no cameras there. There were no headlines. But in that moment, a brick was laid. Character is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle of consistency. One of the greatest misconceptions about human strength is that it is born in a moment of crisis. We like to imagine that when the big moment arrives, we will suddenly find a reservoir of courage we never knew we had. But the truth is far more sobering. You do not rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your character. This is why you must ask yourself the hard questions in the quiet hours. Am I keeping my word when it is inconvenient to do so? Am I delivering my absolute best when I know for a fact that I could slack off and no one would ever be the wiser? Am I choosing the discipline of restraint when it would feel so satisfying, just for a moment, to let my temper flare or my standards drop? These are the unseen disciplines that forge a soul. They don't happen on a stage. They happen backstage. They don't happen when it's easy. They happen when it is necessary. I like to think of character as a spiritual bank account. Every time you make an honest effort, you are making a deposit. Every time you keep a difficult promise, the balance grows. But every shortcut you take, every corner you cut, and every commitment you abandon is a withdrawal. Sooner or later, life is going to demand a payment, and the balance of that account will be laid bare for everyone to see. The fascinating thing about this account is that it carries interest. If you do enough of the small, right things consistently, you will find yourself wealthy in ways that a bank statement can never reflect. You will possess a quiet authority and a peace of mind that cannot be bought. Never underestimate the compounding power of a single small righteous choice. That is where the path to true discipline begins. One decision at a time, one day at a time. You are either building a fortress or you are digging a hole. In my journey, I have encountered all types of people chasing all varieties of rewards. Larger paychecks, prestigious titles, and the constant pat on the back from their peers. There is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to progress or wanting to be recognized for your work. However, the tragedy begins when the victory starts to matter more than the values that were supposed to earn it. The world is unfortunately crowded with people who won the prize, but lost their own soul in the process. And let me tell you, that is a devastatingly poor trade. It is so easy to get sucked into the game of winning at all costs. You see it every day. People run themselves into the ground to close one more deal, to make one more sale, or to get one more nod of approval from people they don't even like. They start to bend the rules. Just a little at first. They tell themselves, it's just one exception. Who's going to notice this one tiny shortcut? But the law of life is that one shortcut inevitably leads to the next. Before long, the entire achievement feels hollow. The victory doesn't satisfy the hunger it was meant to feed. Because deep down, you know it wasn't earned. It was manufactured. This is why I tell everyone who will listen, choose your values first, and let the victories follow as a natural result. If you get the order of those two things reversed, you may very well end up with neither. Values are the rules of the road. You can drive as fast as you want on the wrong side of the street for a while. But eventually, there is a truck coming the other way. When you place integrity before achievement, you don't just win. You win right. And a victory achieved through integrity is one you never have to defend or apologize for. It belongs to you forever. Character isn't built on the exception we make for ourselves. It is built on the standards we refuse to lower. Those standards, your core values, don't really show up when life is a walk in the park. They become most visible when you are tempted. They are revealed when you have to choose between doing something fast and doing it right. Between the applause of today and the self-respect of tomorrow. People love to talk about doing whatever it takes. I've always believed that phrase is dangerous unless you follow it with a question. Whatever it takes within what boundaries? What lines have you drawn in the sand that you refuse to cross? No matter how shiny the shortcut looks. Success that requires you to sell your principles is far too expensive. Values are a noble concept, but they don't mean a thing until they are put under pressure. And make no mistake, life will squeeze you. Pressure is a universal experience. Pressure from your career, from your family, from your finances, and from your own internal expectations. The world has a way of putting you right up against the wall to see what you are made of. But here is a fundamental law of character. Pressure does not destroy character, it merely exposes it. When the sun is out and the path is smooth, anyone can talk a good game. Anyone can pretend to be a person of integrity when there is no cost involved. But wait until the wind begins to howl. Wait until the bills start stacking up on the kitchen table and the deal you were counting on suddenly goes sideways. That is the moment of truth. In that moment, all your high-minded intentions are put into the fire. Under extreme pressure, a human being does not rise to the occasion. Instead, you fall back on your training, you fall back on your habits, and the preparation you did or didn't do. long before the crisis arrived. If you have spent your quiet days building habits of honesty and discipline, you will stand firm like an oak tree. But if you have been cutting corners, telling yourself you'll fix it later, then the pressure will turn those tiny cracks into massive chasms. I've seen men who appeared solid and respected, only to have one bad season bring their whole world crashing down because their strength was just a performance. It was a movie set with no structure behind the facade. Pressure doesn't invent your character. It introduces you to yourself. You cannot build the roof while it is already raining. You build the roof during the clear, sunny days, so that you can sit in peace when the storm finally hits. You can't control the timing of life's challenges, but you have absolute control over your state of readiness. Every honest choice you make today is a piece of armor you are putting on for a battle you haven't fought yet. Don't fear the pressure. Use it. Let it show you where you are weak, so you can get back to work on your foundation. If you are truly serious about forging a character that can withstand the weight of success, you must learn to use two essential tools: the mirror and the map. Before you ever attempt to lead a group, build an empire, or influence your community, you must first master the art of managing yourself. Self-correction and honest reflection are not merely abstract concepts. They are the daily mechanical adjustments that keep your character from drifting off course. I have met countless individuals who were desperate to change the world around them, but were unwilling to take a cold, hard look at the person in the mirror. They believed that if their circumstances, their partners, or their employers would simply improve, their lives would finally be better. But life always circles back to the individual. The mirror does not lie. It reflects your habits, your attitude, and your results with brutal honesty. You cannot blame the glass for what it shows you. The first step toward greatness is the willingness to see the truth about yourself, even when it is deeply uncomfortable. The second tool is your map, the set of uncompromising standards by which you live. Where are you headed? What do you represent? If you do not define your principles with clarity, you will inevitably drift. And drifting, as I have often said, never leads to a destination worth reaching. Periodically, you must pause and ask, where did I excel today? And where did I betray my own standards? This is not about self-punishment. It is about course correction. A tiny adjustment made early is the difference between reaching your goals or missing them by 1,000 miles. It is vital to understand the difference between your reputation and your character. Reputation is the echo of your life in the hallways of the world. It is what people say about you when you leave the room. Character, however, is who you are in the dark. When the doors are locked and there is no one left to impress, while a good reputation has value, it is nothing more than the fruit of a tree. Character is the root. If you spend your life polishing the fruit while neglecting the root, your success will be short-lived. I have seen people spend fortunes trying to manage their image, but sooner or later, the truth of the root always travels up to the surface. If your character leads the way, your reputation will eventually take care of itself. Roots are what allow a tree to survive a drought or a winter storm. Focus on the unseen strength of the root. Water it with daily discipline and feed it with values. The applause of the world is a fickle wind, but the quiet satisfaction of knowing you lived by your own standards is a treasure that cannot be stolen. Finally, we must talk about the reward of readiness. Opportunity is a frequent visitor, but it rarely waits for you to get your house in order. The question is never whether success will knock. The question is whether it will find you ready when it arrives. Success does not ruin people. It merely magnifies what was already there. If you have built a strong foundation, opportunity will elevate you. If you have built on sand, that same opportunity will become a crushing burden. I've watched people beg for a big break for years, only to have that break destroy them. Because they hadn't done the quiet, preparatory work of building their character. The pressure of a larger stage will expose every shortcut you ever took. But for the person who has practiced honesty, consistency, and discipline in the shadows, success is not a change. It is a coronation. Don't just wish for success. Build the person capable of handling it. Work on yourself more than you work on your job. When you prioritize character, success doesn't just arrive. It finds a home where it can last. Take one step today to strengthen your foundation. Build your roots deep, hold your standards high, and let your character lead you into the life you were meant to live.